Hey everybody, welcome back. We have Troy here again on the TV Bin podcast. We've missed him for the past few weeks. You were here last week, back again today.
Yeah.
Well, first off, again, this is the simulcast. We'll have all the links below: Google, Apple Podcasts,
You're like
Spotify,
on
everything, anywhere you want
Yeah.
to be. We're like that Visa commercial. Um, Remember, all right, so Troy and I used to work together. There was a guy that cleaned at work,
Yeah.
and they called him Visa
Yeah.
because he was everywhere you wanted to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you wanted to go to the bathroom, he was in there cleaning. You're like,
Yeah.
oh my
Come
God. He went to go
on.
make lunch.
Yeah.
He was in there.
Yeah.
And then there was a theory that he was actually triplets, that there were three of him in the building at one point in
My
time. Because it was
God.
like, he's always wherever you wanted to be. Anyway,
It
today
used to be fun working there.
used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I quit a year ago.
Has it been? You were what,
Over a year
last
ago.
May?
Last June. I went to June.
Did you make it to June?
Not through June, just beginning of June. So
Okay.
all of May. Yeah.
So, God, it's been,
Holy cow. It's
16
been over.
months.
Okay. It's longer than I thought.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, Troy is back, and we've kind of talked about this personally before. Not anything personally bad,
Yeah.
but just we wanted to do one. We kind of talked about it in the first episode, which was really a rough edit of just ideas of me trying to figure out if we wanted to even do this thing. So we didn't get super deep into it, but what we wanted to do was the Troy story.
Yeah.
Troy story.
Yeah.
Of what, your actual beginnings. We
Yeah.
did talk about some of your earlier days, but the actual beginning
Yeah.
of Troy and what, first games,
And
first
why do I
things.
say yeah a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do you do that?
I
Yeah.
don't
Why
know.
do I say all
Yeah.
the time? Because
Yeah.
I'm just
I
constantly
guess yeah is my
I just sit here and just do the so let's talk about the
Remember in school they're like when you're like talking in front of the class, they're like, try
Yeah.
not to say
well, and like I said before, I did radio, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to
it.
think of too many things,
Yeah.
and that in radio it's
Stop
like you're
saying
coming
yeah.
out of a commercial break,
Yeah.
so it
Dang it.
yeah.
See?
yeah.
I can't stop it.
So I used to
Ah.
work at a radio station called The Bone in Knoxville. So, but you knew exactly what you were
Yeah.
going to say, so there wasn't room for us. This is
Mhm.
more of a conversationally. We're not scripted. We've got a couple of ideas down, but that's
Yeah.
where the us come in. But I come out of the commercial break and 104.5 The Bone, classic rock that really rocks. It's been here with you.
Is it ride the bone or
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
It was, they wanted it all in your face of that was,
Yeah.
another bona fide 40-minute
it's like
free
scared
ride.
stiff. Ride the bony beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're locked in riding the bone. And it was constant stuff. But
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to
Innuendos,
talk the
yeah.
way they did it. You didn't talk much. You
Oh,
would go
okay.
in and out of a couple of songs here and there. And,
Yeah.
coming up next. So I would always play Metallica, and I played No Leaf Clover every shift. You weren't supposed to.
Yep.
I always said it was a request because it was my request.
Yeah. You
And,
requested it. It's
November
fine.
Rain. And I think I told you if I had to go to the bathroom, I played November Rain.
I listened to that on the way here
Oh.
and it was
Which is-
still going like
Oh, yeah.
when I got here.
Yeah, gives you plenty of time to take care of
I'm
things.
like, how long is this song?
Yeah, it's
like 10 minutes? Is
I
it
would do
10?
that in Thunderstruck usually back to back.
Oh, okay.
Because it would give you plenty of
Oh,
time.
Thunderstruck is great.
But
That's my
yeah.
favorite AC/DC mode and song.
you locked into another 40-minute bona fide free ride. You'd have to really push the voice, do
Yeah.
the whole damn thing, and then. But that was when I was like 20, 21.
Man, that's nuts.
a long time
You were a
ago.
DJ at 21?
I was a DJ at 15.
Yeah.
I did. God, we're gonna do my story too, which
Yeah.
has nothing to
This
do
is
with
Ben's
pinball.
story.
No, I was doing high school basketball games for an AM station.
Really?
Yeah, I started
Oh.
doing that, and then they had me filling in on the FM station.
Mhm.
It was in the same building.
Yep.
And it was also the same building my TV job was in.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't really supposed to talk because it was more just play the music. It was snowing, and there were school closings.
Oh.
And so the program manager called me and he said, "You need to get on the air
Yeah.
and start announcing these school closings."
Oh.
And first one I did really good, and then the second one I got confused on something, and I was like 16. Like I think my mom had driven me to the station that day. I didn't even have a car yet.
You're like,
Yeah,
my school is closed.
but I was like, "Hey, we've got a couple of school closings today," and it was.
There's got to be a tape of that.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, do you really?
I absolutely have it.
Oh, you
I
should play that.
don't exactly know. I know
Yeah.
kind of where it is, but
Yeah.
yeah, I've got.
Okay.
I forgot the call letters. I was like, it was 98.5 WTFM.
Okay.
Still exists.
Wow.
My dad actually worked there for a while too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was So yes, DJ background.
Yeah.
So is supposed to not be in your vocabulary
Yeah.
and that type of.
Ooh, side note. So Chris Rozak of 106.5.
Yes,
He comes to the bar.
that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
I just thought about
Does he
that.
want me to fill in for him?
Maybe.
Ask him next time.
I've
I would go
never-
back into radio.
I've served him before, but
Yeah.
I've never really talked to him.
Radio's an absolute blast.
Yeah.
It really is.
I didn't want to say, "Oh, aren't you Chris Rozak?"
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I've listened to him, because he does not look old, but I swear I listened to him when I was younger.
Well, but it's funny with these
Yeah.
DJs, and I mean, not that I was you would get these women that would call you,
Yeah.
and just they were in love with you just from your
Oh
voice.
my gosh,
And
are you serious?
it was crazy. You'd have them calling you during your shift, and
Hey Ben.
yeah. Well, the radio station in the Bone
Yeah.
that I worked at had a Hits One station in there as well.
Yep.
And the guy, what was his name? Toddzilla. That was his name. And he looked. These girls were
Oh,
calling him
yeah.
and just thought he was the hottest thing.
Wow.
He was this fat piece of trash, sweatpants, dirty shirt, missing teeth,
Yeah.
like the long hair but bald, that
Oh.
whole thing. And these
Wow.
girls were just calling and throwing themselves at him. It was like,
Just
oh
his
my
voice. It's just the
God.
voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't know. They
Holy
had no
cow.
idea. But that, it was still early internet days too,
Yeah.
so there wasn't a lot of
Yeah.
promotional stuff to know. But yeah, they would get weird. I had one station I worked at. I had a lady that was sending me food.
What?
Yeah.
Did
And
she
then-
make it, or was it like
She made it,
what?
and she was older.
Oh,
Old.
like how older?
Like probably, God, I would have been like 18, 19 at
Yeah.
that point in time.
Okay.
And she was probably in her late 60s.
What?
So
So she was like crushing on you, sending you
Oh,
food,
she would
or like
call
your
me-
grandson?
no,
Like,
oh,
oh, my
like she would call me. I don't think she had any idea how old I was because and that station
she
had
probably
no.
didn't care.
Well, but there was nothing out there on the internet or anything
Oh,
about
yeah.
that other than it was just me on there.
Wow.
But I ended up having to do a remote at at the fair.
You
that
met
year.
her?
She showed up. I was sitting there doing something. I just done my 2-minute hit of
Oh
come
my
down to the fair,
gosh.
blah
Yeah.
blah blah, get
Yeah.
a funnel cake, and I had my headset on and everything, took that off and looked, and there was a lady standing there.
Yeah.
And she started talking. I was like, oh no, that's her.
Oh.
And
Did she tell you who she was?
Yeah.
Okay.
She started talking.
Did
and
you
she was
like that
"Hey," and
lasagna?
I was like, oh my god. No, she would usually send like cakes,
Oh. Okay.
and I ate
Huh.
them.
Yeah.
She didn't try to kill me.
You're still alive.
Ish. But anyway, that is way
She,
nothing
like,
to do
put a
with
bunch
pinball.
of roofies in the cake.
That
What time
is
do you get off, Ben?
it was weird. But yeah,
Yeah.
so if you did work in radio, which you make zero money, it was fun. It was a lot of fun,
It
but you
seems
make no
like it
money.
would,
I
yeah.
was doing a lot of radio and TV.
Oh yeah.
So this was early days of TV, so I was
Mhm.
running cameras or audio, and
Yeah.
so I was making nothing at either.
Yeah.
I had 2 pay nothing jobs, but I was working 7 days a week too. But
Yeah.
anyway, long and away from pinball, I couldn't have had a pinball machine if I worked in radio. Let's
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, probably not.
Unless you're Howard Stern, you're not going to
Oh, yeah.
make any money.
Yeah.
It's
That's true.
Rozak might make some money, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's a tough business.
I can imagine.
But it is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing music. People are calling you. It goes by quick.
Mhm.
It's fun. Anyway, the whole point was Troy Story, not Bing King Radio
Oh, that was
background.
fascinating. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, you get
The
fans.
older ladies.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's always been that way.
Yeah.
They've always
funny.
the older. Yeah, when I was 20, I could have had any 50-year-old woman I wanted, but that's the way it works. And I ended up marrying an older woman.
Yeah.
By 7 months.
Me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got a year, right?
Like a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were actually born the same year.
Yeah.
Just she was earlier in the year. But
Okay.
anyway, we're here for Troy Story. Play on words, whatever.
Yeah.
We want to get to the bottom of you are I know you always deny it. You are a very successful business owner. I know things are rough right now. Not your fault.
Yeah,
Not
I
your
saw a
fault.
listing for one of the local breweries. They were hiring for a supervisor or a manager. I was like, I'm totally qualified to do
Yeah.
that. I was like, wait, I don't want a job.
No.
I don't want to work.
Well, and
No.
let's not get it wrong.
Yeah.
You are running a bar. I couldn't imagine how
Yeah.
busy, and you've got to be, very good with people.
Yeah.
You and your employees love you. You've always
Yeah.
taken very good care of them.
I
You go
think.
the extra mile. You're a good guy to work for. I would if I could, if I needed to. I don't think you would hire me, but if
You hate people.
I don't
You would
hate
scare everybody
people, I
away.
get aggravated
Yeah.
with people. And I even have that pop up in my reviews at work now. Is I have issues with
Yes.
stupid people, and it wears me out.
Yeah.
I can't
No,
deal.
I get that. though.
Radio works.
Yeah.
Radio worked because there was nobody in there with
Yeah.
me. I was fine.
Owning a bar, you quickly realize, and there's a
That's
lot
a
of good people
lot.
out there, but there's a lot of
There's a lot of terrible
terrible
people, and then you get alcohol involved,
Oh,
and that
God.
makes things
Yeah,
worse.
if I could get
and-
rid of alcohol, I would totally do it. But
yeah,
it's like
because that's where you're making your money
that's
though
where-
too.
that's what pays the bills.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
But you've done you're very successful. You've come a long way from what you're just beginning. So what year are we talking? This is 17, 18 years ago. So we're talking
Yeah.
2002ish.
Yeah.
So right when you got married, right?
Yeah, right before actually.
So you had one before you got married.
Yeah, I was living with two guys. We're roommates in this house, and I was like, you know what?
So where were you? You were in South Charlotte or?
Like Selwyn Avenue,
Okay.
like Queens Road West. Like it's all hoity-toity there, but we
Yeah.
were like in a cruddy house. The rent was really good.
Yeah.
It was like split.
So
it was a
three-way
house-
split with where you got. Oh,
but the house was split in half. So we
Oh.
had people on the other side.
Oh,
They
okay.
probably loved us because
Yeah, I'm
we
sure.
were, young and stupid.
So yeah, you're in your 20s. Three
And,
guys in their 20s.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I never played pinball when I was a kid. I think I vaguely
So you never
remember.
played in the arcade at all?
No, I always
Nothing?
played regular arcade games.
Oh.
I was NBA Jam.
Well,
Mortal
I was
Kombat.
too, but I would go to pinball, but
I think
not.
I might have played a Whirlwind. Might have played a Taxi.
I remember playing Whirlwind
That
in the
was
arcade.
yeah. And then I was like, man, it'd be awesome with the dudes that I live with if I got a pinball machine because we had a crappy pool table already.
Yeah.
I was like, let's
Was
do
it bumper pool or a real pool table?
It was a real pool table,
Oh.
but it wasn't slate, so
I
it
like bumper pool though. Is that
Yeah.
bad to say?
no, I think
Am I
that's
getting thrown
fine.
out of here for
I don't
that?
think I've ever played bumper pool, but
Bumper
it looks
pool's
fun.
cool,
Yeah.
and plus it's about the size of this table too,
Yeah.
so you can
Yeah.
you don't have to have 8 guys carrying
That's
it
true.
in and concrete
Yeah.
slabs.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, it was. I bought Back to the Future pinball.
who'd you get it from?
Brian Welch, who still sells games.
You bought one from him recently. I
uh,
bought my first game from him. Really,
I didn't buy anything recently. Oh, I bought an Asteroids from him
Yeah.
recently. Yeah.
There
Okay.
you go.
I was thinking pinball.
I know. but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super nice guy. He was like,
Yeah. He's a good dude.
I bought a couple games from him. My second game, Twilight Zone. But the first game is Back to the Future. I got a great deal on it.
What'd you pay? Do you remember?
I think I paid like $1,000.
$1,000.
But it was
Yeah.
like the playfield was pretty blown out.
All of them were. 'Cause
Yeah.
it got played.
They did. It was a terrible
Yeah.
game, but it was so much
Well,
fun.
theme wise in an
Yeah.
arcade in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah. they
and it
killed.
was funny because I would go to work and my roommates would be home, and I came home one time and I was like, they were like, "We got this insane score," and I
Yeah.
was like, "What? How did you get that score?" And they had me going for a couple days, maybe a week, and then they were like, "We took the glass off,"
Ah!
and I was like, "Come on, man!"
You need
um,
to keep the keys with you.
Yeah, but with that game,
So did you learn how to start working on them with that? Like
I had a
you to
couple
start
issues
adjusting and cleaning?
with it, and Brian was cool enough. He knew it was my first game. He came out and fixed a couple of the things.
Oh wow!
Like
he wouldn't do that
drove
now.
all the way out, and I think he still does. Maybe I think he does house
I
calls,
guess depending on who it is.
depending
but-
on what it is.
Well, he's down. Was he in the same place he is now?
He was close to there. I think.
Okay, so not the same.
I think Pineville.
He's got a really nice place now.
Yeah,
That is beautiful
Yeah.
out there.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say
So
where. Don't go find him.
he's got a million cars. Like, good lord.
We had
yeah.
that one he bought for it was like $100 or something. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I bought that.
Yeah, it's like a BMW. But what?
And then I saw another one and I bought that
Yeah.
one too. I was like, what?
Yeah, and he was telling me, he's like, I just got to get the titles on all of them, pay insurance on all of them.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's a
like,
pain.
oh man, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, he's got
Um,
time.
Yeah, but no, super nice guy.
Yes.
I had that, and then ended up selling it because I needed cash, and then I got married,
Okay.
and I told Heather I was getting a pinball machine. I don't remember how it went down. She thought it was stupid. Yeah, it's like
Nothing has changed.
we didn't have a
Nothing
garage.
has changed.
We didn't have a garage, so I was like, I'm gonna put it in this room, and she's like, okay.
I think she said the last pinball you bought was stupid. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that's
20
true.
years later, it's still the same story.
Yeah, but so I got Twilight Zone when we got married, and
This is too funny.
she really liked Twilight Zone, and I remember
Yeah.
going to work, and I'd call her or she'd call me, and she'd be playing it, and I'd work late shift, and she was
Yeah.
playing it at night, and I was like, man, she really likes this. She's getting into it. And then, we had a Dracula. I bought a Dracula online. I bought a Jurassic Park Data East on eBay. You should never do that.
Well, we learned from
Yeah, from Craig.
from
I
Craig.
think we all make that
I never bought.
mistake.
I've not bought one on eBay.
Well, yeah. Probably because I told you don't do it.
Probably, but they're usually overpriced.
They're
And yeah,
usually way
you were very
overpriced.
helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Troy story, but you were very helpful with me getting in because
Yeah.
you were telling me, this don't do this
Yeah.
or I would run something by you and you'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, no, that's
Yeah.
that's garbage. Look at that. Because I didn't know what to look for.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, look, there's wear on the
Yeah.
so
So we
you
had
were
had, I'd buy games, sell games, not have games, have games. So it was like off and on, and we would switch rooms, like where they were going, like which.
So you had
room-
them upstairs.
I had
mostly at that
upstairs.
house?
No, that was like one of the iterations where we decided to put them upstairs in the guest room.
Yeah.
And Heather's like, I think the weight's going to be too much. I was like, yeah, it's fine. And then like the ceiling underneath started doing some weird stuff. And I was like, oh, I got to get these back down.
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
met you, you had them downstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had them in multiple rooms and went through a bunch of different ones.
How many do you think you've had so far?
I've lost count at this point.
I think I've had upwards of maybe 60 or more
Yeah.
at this point.
I would say especially with all the stuff at the bar going in and out of the
Oh,
bar.
that's really
I've had
increased
like
your
over
numbers.
100 at
Yeah.
least, I would say. But now I'm trying to only buy new games because I don't want the
Yeah.
whole maintenance side.
And
of
we talked
stuff.
about that in episode 1.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's nothing against the older stuff, but yeah,
Yeah.
the maintenance side of it. And
It just
and
takes longer to
upkeep.
recoup your money, like
Yeah.
So
Well, and if you bought a Guns N' Roses collector's edition,
that would
I
take forever. Yeah, 50 cents a play.
50 cents a play. How many plays is
Gosh, it'd be ridiculous.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah. Even $1 a play, it would take forever.
yeah, I know. That would take forever. $5 a game.
Yeah, $5 a game.
Yeah, take a credit card. Need a card reader on there.
I'd pay $5 for maybe a game.
Yep.
Just to try it.
Yeah.
Then I'd be done.
So then we moved to Concord.
Yep.
It had a garage, which was amazing. And we didn't park in it because it was so far from the house. So I had set up
Well,
a
and
game
there wasn't
room.
even, it was grass too. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't like there was a paved
Yeah,
way
it's
down
like,
to
why
it.
did they put it all the way down there? I don't know.
I don't know.
They made weird decisions, but
You
made it a
reversed
game
a lot of
room.
those?
It was perfect for a game room.
That was
awesome.
really, it's
Like,
still cool.
yeah.
We just gotta get some more stuff back out
I know. I need your help moving a couch upstairs and stuff like that.
I'm free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
April's
need
at-
to clear it out because
April's at work. You want to go after
we-
this?
Maybe.
right.
But yeah, I've had games out in the garage until I opened the bar.
Yep.
And honestly, I remember being in Savannah years ago and just thinking, man, to do an arcade bar would be awesome. And that's like before everything was, this was probably like 10 years,
Was
15
that
years
the
ago.
bar you were playing the Guns N' Roses Data East?
No,
at?
that was in New Orleans.
New Orleans, okay.
Yeah. That was awesome. That we walked in and
Yeah.
it was like last day we were there.
Yeah.
And we looked in, and all around the perimeter of the bar were arcade games. And then in this separate room, they had a Guns N' Roses Data East and a Star Trek Next Generation. And we're like, oh my God, this is the
The
last
best
day
game
we
of
were here.
93 and 94.
I know. And so, no, we had a blast. And I just remember Heather ordered a shot of gin, and the bartender was like, what? And she's like, yes, I want a shot of gin. So
Yeah.
she took it. That's not a normal thing you would get a shot
No.
of. But yeah.
You never hear anybody. The bartender.
But I just remember, the games and her getting a shot of gin. And,
Did she
that
do
was.
any more shots of gin, or was just the one?
I don't know. I think she just mixes stuff now.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that was before Katrina. So I don't know if that survived. But
yeah.
I remember being in Savannah. I was like, man, all of these great buildings that are down here and just the walkability of the city and how it's laid out, like an arcade bar would be amazing. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I started talking. I was selling a game to N at Reboot in Winston-Salem.
Oh yeah. yeah.
And he had talked to Zach, and Zach was getting ready to open a Bari. And he was like, man, I've seen. Look, actually, Zach had already opened a Bari. And
Yeah,
I'd
because Zach
I had
helped Ian
sold
and helped you as well.
Yeah, I had sold Zach a game before they opened, and then sold Ian a game before he opened. And Ian was like, Zach is killing it. Like, and I was like, oh, this is a viable business plan. Living in Concord, there's nothing to do.
And you had thought of this years ago
Oh yeah.
too. I think we talked about
I
that.
didn't think it'd be viable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you were actually wanting to do it in Noda.
Yeah. I actually looked
Which-
around like
Wonder
not
how history
really
would have been rewritten if you
serious.
had done it
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because I was like, Nodo would be great, and I
Yeah.
remember one of our friends was like,
That's
it's got to be in a college town. I was like, no, it doesn't, because then you got to worry about underage drinking. I
Right.
think Davidson would be awesome,
yeah,
but
Davidson
it's
would be
right
good,
on
but you got
campus, and
problems
it's
with
like then you got
alcohol.
to worry about that stuff. But yeah, I wanted to do it for a long time, and then Ian was like, he's killing it. I was like, okay, I don't know how long my job's gonna last before it gets automated
It's still not.
it's still not, but
It's still there.
it will at some point. I think.
Mm,
I think.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, mine could be at some point too.
I think all of ours could be.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, there's nothing to do in Concord. Let me give this a shot. And we had looked at a place that didn't work out, and I called it the basement because it was an actual basement.
Well, and that's kind of where a lot of collectors put stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
mean,
And that's how we
yeah.
kind of rolled off of it. And
I
then
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's we found a place. Heather was friends with my current landlord, and she had a gift shop. Decided to end it, and then put it up for rent, and we grabbed that spot. I didn't think she would allow a bar in there, but she's like, "Yeah, absolutely." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Are you going to pay me every month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on in.
Yeah, and then we had to go through the whole process of the private club thing with North Carolina's alcohol laws, and
Because you guys had to go to city council.
we had to go to a planning board.
Yeah.
We had to go to city council and get it approved through that, because you couldn't have a private club within 1,000 feet of a school or a church or daycare, and churches are everywhere down here.
Yeah.
So they rewrote it so we were allowed to do it.
What? So there's that one on. God, what? There is a church right behind you guys, isn't there?
Yeah, there's churches like
Over by Spring Street, right?
there's I think Spring.
Is that one? There's one on the
on
corner of Spring.
There's one down like on
Is that 1,000 feet?
I think when I was
it's
doing all of
close.
this stuff, it was really, really close. And I
Yeah.
think we did hit stuff that was close.
Okay.
So they had to rewrite how it was stated. So they were really cool with us.
Yeah, they worked with
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
They wanted you.
And I
to be
remember
there.
I remember going to city council meeting, and it was Heather and me were there, and we saw all these people we didn't know, and we're like, oh my God, they're all going to speak out against like having another bar down there, a private club. And so
Nope.
people would get up, and after we got up and spoke about it, and they were all in favor, and like I was like, oh my gosh, this
They
is
wanted
amazing.
downtown, and
Yeah, and
downtown
then,
has been coming back more and more.
Yeah. I know
especially
it's
with what you guys have done, and
like the malls took over in the 80s and 90s and took
Yeah,
away like
downtowns died.
downtowns, and now it's like going the opposite. Is if we can get through
It's a
this
cycle,
crud,
yeah.
then yeah.
yeah, I think. Well, let's hope it can't keep. There's no way this just continues and continues for years, right? There's no way.
No, it's already at 7 months. Like,
That's hard to believe.
yeah,
Too.
it's crazy. I really haven't got anything done.
Yeah, what have
I've
you been
had
doing
stuff
for
to
7
work
months?
on, and I'm
You
like,
have done stuff.
I
and
have
you guys painted.
I haven't
and
fixed my asteroids, or like I was gonna
You
recap.
better get to work.
I know.
We're in phase 3, which we thought you were back on
Yeah.
phase 3 anyway. Which,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're not going to get into that. So,
Yeah.
is there a phase 4, or do they just go phase 3 and then it's just normal? I haven't kept up.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
they're so like they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Do you want me to make another Roy Cooper video? I'll wait till after the election.
Yeah. Well, I think if
Yeah.
the lieutenant governor that's running right now makes it, he's going to open everything back up.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, I do
yeah.
know. I think Concord City
Mhm.
is, and I know this has nothing to do with your bar or North Carolina as a whole, but I think Concord City is back this upcoming Monday,
Oh.
which by the time this airs, it's already open.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're going back to, people can come in and out of government buildings,
Okay.
etc.
Yeah.
Obvious restrictions in place, but
Yeah.
there is, wear a mask if you're sick, don't go. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think things are starting to,
Yeah.
I mean, unless something big happens, I
Yeah.
think they're going to.
But I mean, that's honestly, that's pretty much my story of like through the
It's
years.
a good story, and I know you kind of
Oh,
skimmed over a lot of details of
yeah.
like learning how to work
Learning
on
how,
games, but
yeah, because I have, no college degree. I graduated high school barely.
congrats,
I hated school.
you failed Spanish 1.
Yeah, I did. That was like, well, that's the only class I really
Well,
failed.
I'm
But
just saying,
yeah,
you said it the other day.
but no, like just like, especially when I was collecting in the early days, like the internet wasn't that big. There were like RGP was online,
Yeah,
and you got a lot of help through that.
Pinball Bash came
Um,
on in what, 08
yeah,
ish.
and you would get a lot of help through
Yeah,
that. But yeah, I
you
mean,
guys would do a lot more. We talked about this a long time ago, and
mm,
that's another episode again. Is
yeah,
all the parties that used to happen
yeah,
because there weren't arcades, there
yeah,
wasn't a lot of internet stuff. So to be able to see something or play something,
yeah.
it was you go to somebody's
I
house,
know.
and those were so much fun. I
Yeah, those
miss
are a
them.
blast.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's still a few that are holding them, but it's not.
yeah.
There used to be one almost every month or two.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was like, oh, we're
absolutely.
going over to this house. We're
Hmm.
going. I miss that, but I don't want to party over here.
No, no,
I like everybody, but
just not. It's just like
there's no
few
room
people.
in here.
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
I barely have enough room for what I
You
got
can't
in
even
here.
slide the
Yeah,
playfield glass.
yeah. It's like I had to wait to put the. So I put the color DMD, so you will actually like Spider-Man finally. So I had
I
to
just
wait.
played it.
Yeah, and
I wasn't really looking at the display, but
it was better.
it was better.
You had a good game. What'd you have?
Yeah.
50 some million or
I don't
something?
remember.
It'll cycle through
Yeah,
again, but
yeah.
no, that's not it either. So I
It's a
I
lot
had to
better. It's
I
a
had
lot
to
better.
slide these forward to be
Yeah.
able to get that out, which I was working last night on a whole plan of redesigning again
Oh,
this room.
okay.
I got some plans. I'll tell you
I've
off
done
camera.
that to the bar multiple times, and every
I
time I
always
do it, I'm like, why didn't I think of this?
Yeah. Well, this
The
is about
first-
the fourth redesign I would do
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah.
I keep doing it, and I honestly I like not having Metallica in here right now.
Yeah.
So I might keep it at this number.
Okay.
So I might have
Yeah.
to off something because
Yeah.
something is on the way
Okay.
that I think everybody's probably
What?
figured out.
What is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't wait for Alice Cooper to show up.
Lance.
Yes, it's
I'm
coming.
gonna get an Alice. No, don't get an Alice Cooper. I'm gonna get. Oh, okay, whatever.
I'm going to sell an Alice Cooper. No, you're not.
You're gonna sell it for about a couple months.
Yeah, you ain't gonna. Nobody's jumping out of a window to get that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like.
Poor
and
Lance.
so again, like we said, first episode, you made me. It's
Yeah.
all your fault.
Yeah.
I'm glad. that
It's fun, man.
you and you were kind of early into this thing when
Mhm.
it was even when you did this. God, 2002. That
Mhm.
was still unheard of to have one in your house.
Oh, I know.
So the only thing I wanted to add, so you were talking about like I remember exclusively playing Whirlwind
Mm.
and Slugfest
Oh
at
yeah.
the arcade,
Uh huh.
and then the other part of the story. I don't think we ever said this here. So and not really because it's not the Ben story, it's the Troy story. But the arcade that I went to when I grew up,
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah. Yeah.
we know him now.
Yeah.
And have bought games from him, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's really funny that this arcade I went to as a kid, I'm now am buying or have bought games from and know this guy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's funny.
I
Like,
know. Yeah.
I had no idea then. He
That
was
was
my
in
grandparents.
Tennessee.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I grew up in Tennessee. He's in Virginia,
Yep.
just right across the border. But
Mhm.
yeah, he had run a place. I think what did he call it? It was called Players, I believe.
Okay.
So he had it in the mall. My
Oh,
parents had
nice.
or my grandparents. I'm sorry,
God, the
not my
mall
parents.
ones are awesome.
Oh, he had a huge
Yeah.
space too.
Yeah.
But he had bought out. There was an Aladdin's Castle in that mall
Yep.
originally,
Hmm.
and then they left. I think he was in that area for a while, and then he moved to another part of the mall.
Okay.
Got a bigger area, pool tables and everything. But yeah, I remember
Oh.
going in there and playing
Yep.
everything. But
Yeah.
Slugfest, especially Whirlwind. and there's pictures. He's shown me pictures from way back when, and it's so funny seeing. And it's like, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Were you in any of those?
no, but
That'd be amazing.
but no, all those guys.
That's a
So
little bit.
with my grandparents owning a place at the mall, a store at the mall, I was down there a lot.
Yeah.
Because if my parents were there, or
Oh,
my
yeah.
grandmother was watching me, so
Yeah.
there was a lot of that, and everybody was so nice. Even the Aladdin's Castle guy, and that's what's funny now. I think I've told you this. Walking around with the keys, if I'm at your place or anywhere else, that guy was so nice to us, and he knew we didn't have any money.
Yeah.
If I came in there, he had all the keys.
Oh, nice.
And like right now, he had like that huge, the big keychain just for every game.
Yeah.
And he would go up and open the door and put credits
Uh-huh.
on the game for me and let me play.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
didn't charge, and there was a lot of I think even who we're talking, it's Buddy Heron. It's not a secret.
I was like, just say his name.
I don't
Say
know
his
why.
name.
I wasn't keeping it a secret, but it's Buddy Heron.
Yeah.
And everybody knows Buddy Heron. He's Doslingers on Pinside and other places.
Super nice guy.
Super nice guy. He's at auctions. He's a very friendly, nice guy.
Yeah.
So he's the guy that owned the place, and he knew my grandparents.
Yeah.
And he was telling me a while back they used to do a trade. He would go and like give tokens to my grandfather to hand out to people to try to get business and
kidding.
stuff like that over there. And
that's a good idea.
yeah, he knew my grandparents.
Okay.
So
Wow.
cool. There's that little side.
Yeah.
So we bookended with my stupid radio career and
Yeah.
Aladdin's Castle guy being nice and giving me free games. But it's funny now, I'm that guy. So with the keys to the games, and I've done that before when you were open, especially see a kid in there and I'd throw a credit on there, or throw, if there was a quarter on the ground, throw it in there for them and stuff. So it's fun. It's not a pay it forward thing, but it is funny being. I've been on both sides of it now, but who knew? Buddy Heron.
Yeah, that's
played
crazy.
this arcade, and now this. What's up here from him? Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man.
Iron Man.
You
I
did a
got Iron
trade
Man
for
from
that,
him.
didn't you?
Yeah, that's when I got rid of Wizard of Oz.
Oh, that's right.
Got rid of Wizard of Oz and got that Iron Man brand new. So that was also from him. What else? Anything else coming?
Did you get this brand new?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I got that brand new.
Okay.
That was July of 2014.
Okay.
Because me and you and my dad went and picked up Wizard of Oz April
I
of
remember
2014.
that. Yeah.
Baconators and Rain
That was
and
fun.
auctions. And
I love hanging out with your dad.
He's a blast.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to get him here in the next year or two, and he'll be closer
I know.
to hang out
That'd be
with.
fun. Yeah.
He's fun.
Yeah. He really is.
he truly is. And I'm not saying it because he's my dad. He has always been that way.
Yeah.
Never been embarrassed or shy of him or anything. He's always been fun to hang around. So let's hope he won't watch this, but let's hope he comes by. And I'm gonna have to do like a Craig thing and like admit things to him. Like,
do anything
I
weird.
never called the 900 number.
Yeah.
I never did
It was
any of
just
that.
Smoking.
Smoking at 14, but they know. They knew that. There's no
Smoking at
secrets in
14.
there.
That's ridiculous.
Oh. It's maybe that's what helped with the radio voice.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit
Got
of
it
that.
a little deeper, and that's
Gotta
why
get that
the
gravelly.
older ladies were into you.
Grandma baked me a cake.
Let's get together and smoke.
I don't know. Like we've said every time, these are fun. I've had a blast.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a Halloween episode next week.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do.
Dracula. What's the spookiest one?
You know what? Let's
Dracula.
think about it, but maybe you can get some comments on this too.
Yeah.
What if we just did a talk about the Halloween-y, like Class of 1812, Dracula, maybe talk about our favorite Halloween-y type pins.
That's true.
Next episode.
I know what yours would be.
Shut up. Well, I know what one. Yeah, I mean that's obvious.
Well, yeah, and
Dracula, but
Scared Stiff.
Scared Stiff's a good one. Well,
Yeah.
let's not just blow the whole episode right here. My God, man.
And cut.
And that's it. That's part whatever of. We'll see you in November.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need to do something like that. But again, thank you for Troy as always. All the links. Troy has no links.
Yeah. TheBasementArcadeBar.com.
Actually, get your
It just says
lean
we're
over a little
closed.
bit. You've got your shirt on.
Oh. Yeah.
Lean.
Yeah, my
No, you can't see it. The mic's
can't
covering
see
it. Go that
Like
way.
this?
There we go.
That is it?
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep your shirt
then,
on, please.
What?
Yeah.
I
We're gonna. There we go. There we go. Are you gonna go play Iron Man like you were talking about?
Tattoo.
You're gonna be seated Iron Man.
Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly.
So again, typical, all the links, Apple, Google, Spotify, YouTube's simulcast, something I'm forgetting. I don't know.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody. And yeah, leave a comment. You know what I say to these notes?
What?
Done.
Done.
It's done. We're in.
But no.
Nope, no more. No more. We'll see whenever
I'm
Troy
gonna
will be
step
back.
away.
We just
Step
don't know.
away.
Wait. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't you go start a game over there while I end this?
While
Yeah.
I'm sitting down?
Yeah, do a sit down pinball. There we go.
Flipper targeting systems.
What do you think? You've played it with the new code, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. New code's good. All right, he's playing that,
Man, I'm really good.
and he's not conceded at all. All right. Oh, he's
Okay.
so good. He's done. He lost the ball. All right, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you again real soon. We'll end with Troy.